Good morning, students. This is Latif sir. Today in this video, I'll discuss about energy change in a chemical reaction. Energy change in a chemical reaction. In every chemical reaction, there is a change in energy is involved. That is, there is a difference between the chemical energy of reactant and product. And this energy can be in the form of heat, light, sound, and electricity. Now we have to know what is chemical energy. It is the stored energy within a substance. Okay, so the every substance has a fixed amount of stored energy which is in the form of potential energy and is referred to as chemical energy. Okay, now in a chemical reaction involves the breaking up of a chemical bond and formation of new bonds. Okay, so during breaking up of a chemical bond, energy is absorbed. Okay, and during formation of a chemical bond, energy is released. Okay, so depending upon energy released or absorbed, chemical reactions are two types. One is exothermic, another is endothermic. In exothermic chemical reaction, energy is released in the form of heat, and in endothermic chemical reaction, energy is absorbed. Okay, so first you have to read about exothermic chemical reaction. What are exothermic chemical reaction? A chemical reaction in which heat is given out is called exothermic chemical reaction. A chemical reaction in which heat is given out or heat is released, energy is released, is called exothermic chemical reaction. Example of exothermic reaction: burning of carbon to form carbon dioxide. The reaction is C plus O2 to CO2. In this reaction, a lot of heat is produced, so it is an exothermic reaction. Second example: when water is added to quicklime, that is calcium oxide is known as quicklime, CaO. If you add water to quicklime, a lot of heat energy is produced. Okay, so this is also an example of exothermic reaction. The chemical reaction is CaO plus water. CaO means quicklime plus water to give slaked lime, calcium hydroxide plus heat. Okay, so this is also exothermic reaction. One more example: formation of water is exothermic reaction because heat is uh, produced in this reaction. Okay, when hydrogen is burned in oxygen, water is formed and heat is released, so this is also exothermic reaction. Formation of ammonia, exothermic reaction. Okay, when nitrogen react with hydrogen gas in presence of catalyst is finely divided iron. In presence of iron catalyst at 450 to 500 degrees Celsius, you will get ammonia and heat. Okay, so the reaction is N2 plus 3H2. N2 plus 3H2 implies 2NH3 plus heat, so this is also exothermic reaction. Delta indicates heat. Okay, and respiration, rusting, burning of coal, burning of petrol, diesel, kerosene, all these are some examples of exothermic reaction. Now see endothermic reaction, that means energy is absorbed in endothermic reaction. Okay, a chemical reaction in which a heat or energy is absorbed or heat is absorbed is called endothermic chemical reaction. Okay, now example of endothermic reaction: formation of carbon disulfide. When carbon is heated with sulfur at very high temperature, liquid carbon disulfide is formed. Okay, and in this reaction heat is absorbed. You have to heat the mixture of carbon and sulfur, so this is endothermic reaction. One more example: when nitrogen and oxygen are heated together to a temperature of about 3000 degrees Celsius, nitric oxide gas is formed. So this reaction is endothermic reaction because you have to heat the mixture at near about 3000 degrees Celsius. So the reaction between nitrogen, that is N2 plus O2, 2 implies 2N. This is endothermic reaction. Heat is absorbed. One more example: when calcium carbonate is heated. If you heat calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3, you will get calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So this you have to heat this reaction near about 1000 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this reaction here, decomposition of calcium carbonate to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, this is endothermic reaction. Okay, so you have to remember the definition with example of exothermic and endothermic reaction. Now see photochemical reaction. Photo means light. Photo means light. Okay, so photochemical reaction is a reaction that occur with the absorption of light, with the absorption of light energy. So photochemical reaction, it is a chemical reaction that occur with the absorption of light, is known as photochemical light photochemical reaction. Okay, example of photochemical reaction, very good example is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, you know this is a uh, photochemical reaction. This is because this reaction occur only in presence of sunlight. Okay, so the photosynthesis reaction is, in photosynthesis carbon dioxide combine with water in presence of sunlight. Okay, and glucose C6H12O6, water and oxygen gas is produced. The chemical reaction is 6CO2 plus 12H2O, implies above the arrow you have to write chlorophyll and sunlight, and the products are C6H12O6, that is glucose, and water H2O, 6H2O and 6O2. Okay, one more photochemical reaction is decomposition of silver nitrate to silver, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. Okay, silver nitrate means AgNO3, in presence of sunlight it decomposed to give silver metal 2Ag plus 2NO2, NO2 gas and oxygen gas O2. Okay, so these two are photochemical reaction. You have to remember definition with example of photochemical reaction. And last type of chemical reaction is electrochemical reaction. Okay, electrochemical means this reaction occur in presence of electric current. Okay, so electrochemical reaction, it is a chemical reaction that occur with absorption of electric energy. Electrochemical reaction occurs with absorption of electrical energy. With electrical energy, you have to remember. Okay, now example of electrochemical reaction. If you pass electric current through potassium chloride, fused potassium chloride or molten potassium chloride, the potassium chloride will dissociate into potassium ion and Cl minus ion. Okay, so this is a electrochemical reaction. Fused potassium chloride KCl on passing electric current through it breaks into charged particles, that is ions, potassium ion and chloride ions. Okay, the chemical changes KCl implies K plus and Cl minus in presence of electric current. One more example, when acidulated water uh, in presence of electric current, if you pass electric current through acidulated water, that is acid mixed water, the water will dissociate into, water will decompose, or water will dissociate into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Okay, so acidulated water breaks into hydrogen and oxygen gas when electric current is passed through this water. Okay, the chemical reaction is 2H2O implies 2H2 plus O2 in presence of electric current. Okay, so you have to remember the definition of electrochemical reaction with example. Thank you students, and this chapter is completed. Okay.